New champion crowned. The women and men's Iron Survivor matches are amazing. And CM Punk signing with NXT. All that and more on this special solo edition of SPP Quickie. Yeah! SPP Quickie! SPP Quickie! SPP Quickie! Alrighty, everyone. It is your boy here, the Mean Bean Johnny T, and I am solo for this one. This is a solo show here, an SPP Quickie of the review of NXT Deadline. And we start off NXT Deadline with a hot opener with Shawn Michaels coming out to basically present CM Punk, a CM Punk appearance on NXT. CM Punk's first NXT appearance in also 8 to 9 years comes out. Doesn't really cut. This is not a time for CM Punk promo. CM Punk just comes out to basically get the fans hot, give them something, give them a CM Punk appearance. It's the CM Punk Welcome Home tour continued, as he will make his decision tomorrow night on Raw as to where he wants to sign, and he wanted to hear Shawn Michaels out. He had a little bit of back and forth banter between Shawn Michaels and CM Punk. It was just nice. You can tell that CM Punk is just having a lot of fun on his return here to WWE, and I hope it lasts, and I hope that we continue to get stuff like this, because that was really, really cool. It was a fun interaction between him and Shawn. Get the crowd hot for the first matchup of the night for the NXT North American Championship between Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Dragon Lee, who's taken the place of the injured Wes Lee. And in this match, you had a classic lucha style match, just like you had the night before with him and Santos Escobar. And yeah, a lot of good back and forth. Dragon Lee is so good. Dominic Mysterio, for what he is at this point in his career, he is just continuing to improve. Is a great in-ring worker. And in these lucha style matches, Dominic Mysterio does not disappoint. This was a pretty good match. I would definitely go out of your way to watch this one. Dragon Lee wins, though. We've got a new North American champion, and we also had Rey Mysterio in his corner, who joined us on commentary and was very, very happy to see his son lose the North American Championship. And it was really, really cool to see an interaction between Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, the past, present, and the future of Lucha Libre right there with those two guys. And so hopefully this is a good step for Dragon Lee's career. He's now a champion in WWE, and the cross integration between the main roster and NXT continues with this. And I'm hoping to see great things from Dragon Lee's NXT North American Championship run. But the run is over for Dominic Mysterio, and there was no interference from the Judgment Day. Mommy was not even present for this match, so that might have something to do with what happens tomorrow. We'll find out what Dominic Mysterio has to say to the Judgment Day for not having his back, but loses his title clean. Rey Mysterio makes a comment that the Judgment Day not being here, you see what happens when they're not here. Dominic loses his title to Dragon Lee, so congratulations to Dragon Lee. And then brings us to our second match of the night, Carmelo Hayes versus Lexis King. Lexis King has now been on NXT for a couple of months now, and quickly inserted himself into the Trick Williams attack storyline. We still don't know exactly who attacked Trick Williams a couple of weeks ago on NXT, but Lexis King seems to be the guy that's been shown on the video cameras as being the potential attacker. So Carmelo Hayes is out for revenge for his boy Trick Williams in this one-on-one match. We get a pretty standard one-on-one match. We already know what to expect from Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is so well in the ring, but didn't really know what to expect from Lexis King, as we've only had a couple of matches on NXT that were pretty short. This was the longest match of Lexis King's NXT career, and it definitely showed, because it was a little clunky at times. There was a couple of good spots by Lexis King. Definitely works the heel character pretty well. A good introduction, a good PLE introduction for people that haven't seen Lexis King, or Brian Pillman Jr. as his real name is. The son of Brian Pillman. It definitely was made evident by Booker T and the commentary crew a few times that this is the son of Brian Pillman Jr. Looks just like him, but a pretty decent showing for Lexis King in his first PLE match. Carmelo Hayes gets the win here. To further on this story, I wouldn't necessarily go out of your way to see this match. It's more about the post angle than it was about the match here. As Lexis King gets on the mic after the match is over to tell Carmelo Hayes that he has something to tell him. He is not the attacker of Trick Williams, but thanks for the house, buddy. Thanks for the PLE spot. Tells him just like that. So the story continues. We still don't know who attacked Trick Williams. And Carmelo Hayes still looks kind of sus here, but we move on. We move on to the first of the... I totally skipped it. Excuse me. All right, we're going to backtrack here just a minute. That's what happens when you're trying to do these things fairly quickly here. but I totally passed it up, and I'm going to go back here to the women's Iron Survivor matches. I'll knock those out back to back. The women's Iron Survivor match was definitely really hot there. You had Tiffany Stratton, you had Lash Legend, you had Fallon Henley and Jordan in this match, and then of course Lindsay Davenport, or Blair Davenport. Good Lord. Okay, those are your women in this match. It was a really fun match here. If for those of you that are not familiar with the Iron Survivor concept, it's pretty easy. It's like this. The match is 25 minutes long, consists of 5 competitors. 2 start the match, and then every 5 minutes another competitor comes into the match. The person with the most falls at the end of the 25-minute limit is the winner of the Iron Survivor match. If you get pinned at all during this match, you have to go into the penalty box for 90 seconds. So the winner of this match ends up being Blair Davenport. There's a couple of really good high spots by Tiffany Stratton, a good top rope spot to the outside, a great cartwheel into a sunset power bomb. I mean, it was so good, and there were so many different spots in this match. But Blair Davenport ends up stealing the last fall from Tiffany Stratton and winning this match with 3 falls to set her up as the number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship against Lyra Valkyria. And we get a post-match. Once again, this one, although the in-ring action was good and the match was really good, and I would definitely go out of your way to watch it, this had something to do with the post angle as well, as Lyra Valkyria is out on the stage to basically, to show the title and whatnot, that she's the champ and whatnot, setting up that next program for the title. However, we get a big return here. Cora Jade is back in NXT. She takes out Lyra Valkyria, picks up the title, holds it up, and puts herself into the NXT Women's title picture. So it's good to see Cora Jade back, and we will see how things go with that. But it's good to see that Cora Jade returns on the same night that CM Punk is there, her favorite wrestler. So we go to the men's Iron Survivor Challenge, which consists of Dijak, Tyler Bate, Josh Briggs, Braun Breaker, and Trick Williams. Trick Williams is definitely the hottest guy on the product right now. The fans are 100% behind this guy. The commentary team is 100% behind this guy, and it was evident. He wasn't one of the first ones to come out, but when he comes out, the crowd is right there. He's really hot. He's the fourth guy in this match. But to me, one of the biggest stars of this match was definitely Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker comes in 4th after Tyler Bate, Josh Briggs, and Dijak have had a hell of a match up until this point. He comes in and within the first 2 minutes takes the lead. The leader of this match at this point was at 2 falls for Dijak, and all of a sudden that was wiped out almost completely by 3 really great looking spears by Braun Breaker, each resulting in a pin and giving him the lead with 3 falls. The lead would then the rest of that match would pretty much tell the story of Braun Breaker, Dijak, and Tyler Bate trying to win this match, as they would all be tied with 3 falls going into the last 2 minutes of the match. And Trick Williams, although the very big fan favorite and the favorite to possibly win this match, had 0 falls, was the only competitor in this match at the 23-minute mark to have 0 falls. In between this, he has this awesome top rope splash, which was just, the visual of it was just so good. That's your second top rope splash onto the outside of these Survivor Challenge matches. And then, though, he immediately gets pinned right after that, gets put in the penalty box, and then a few minutes later is speared through the barricade by the ring announcer's table. And at that point, you think that Trick Williams is out of this match, and he may not even get a fall here. In those last 2 minutes, though, you have a last 2 minute rush from Trick Williams where he just piles on 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden, he has 3 falls in the last 15 seconds of the match. Braun Breaker goes for a spear, misses it. Trick Williams hits his finisher, and with 7 seconds left on the clock, gets the pin. With 2 seconds left, wins the Iron Survivor Challenge with 4 falls. What a finish. What a crazy finish to a great match. This is my match of the night, and you should go out of your way to see that. Trick Williams is now the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. We get into the next match, which is a steel cage match between Roxanne Perez and Kiana James. Kiana James and Roxanne Perez have been having a back-to-back program over the last couple of weeks, which has now culminated in a steel cage match where nobody can exit out and only one person can leave. So you have a pretty decent match between these two. I wouldn't necessarily say go out of your way to watch it. There's a couple of good spots. Roxanne Perez takes a couple of big major bumps here on the cage. The story ends. You fast forward to the end of the story here, and the biggest thing that comes out of this is once again another post-match angle. This one didn't really hit as hard as some of the other ones did, as you had Kiana James trying to escape the cage and reaching under the apron for a chair that would then play a factor here in just a minute. And but Roxanne Perez basically takes that apart and is about to go ham on Kiana James, goes to close the cage door, and as she's closing the cage door, it gets slammed by someone. She gets her head slammed into the cage. Someone closes it, and you find out it is Easy. It's Easy Dame. Okay. I don't know who Easy Dame is, and I think the crowd also didn't really know who Easy Dame was. I think she hasn't been on TV for quite some time, so it was hard. The fan didn't really get a pop out of it, didn't really understand what was going on. I really didn't. I didn't know who this person was, but this person does cause Roxanne Perez the match, as Kiana James then blasts Roxanne Perez with the chair a few times and gets the win against Roxanne Perez. I don't know where we go from here with Roxanne Perez. She's done just about everything you could on NXT, but do you keep her there or do you move her up? I guess we'll see. But I guess this feud, although this was supposed to be kind of the culmination of it, I'm guessing with the introduction of Easy James, I'm guessing that's, or not Easy, excuse me, Easy Dame. I'm guessing that kind of keeps the story going, but you're going to have to sell me on Easy Dame because I had no idea who that was when she came out, and I don't think the rest of the crowd did either. That's probably my stinker match of the night, even though it was a cage match. It wasn't really my favorite thing. One of my other favorite things, though, of course, is the main event, the NXT Championship between Ilya Dragunov and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, for all Baron Corbin has kind of done and not done on the main roster, this is kind of, I don't want to, I mean, obviously he's way too long has gone by for this to be a breakout match for him. This is a showcase match for Baron Corbin, a good long power played out match with Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov takes a very, very hard spot on the announcer's table and sells the injury to his ribs throughout the rest of the match, basically giving Baron Corbin a chance to possibly win the NXT Championship here. A lot of close falls. The crowd, though, did not seem like they were 100% behind Ilya Dragunov, as you had 50-50 chance of Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin sucks. And so half the crowd's with Corbin, half the crowd's not. Didn't really get any Ilya chance though. But the Mad Dragon Dill prevails, comes through in the end. Baron Corbin cannot hit the end of days, and the Mad Dragon continues his NXT Championship run. As then he is interrupted post-match, another post-match angle here, interrupted by Trick Williams, the #1 contender. And oh man, we're going to get this match at New Year's Evil. And I cannot wait to see this match. But that's not the end of it here. Right before we're about to fade to black. Carmelo Hayes walks up real nice and slowly. He's on the corner of the camera as he's walking out from the entrance ramp behind Trick Williams, and we fade to black. So we have an NXT Championship match in a couple of weeks at New Year's Evil, and the Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes plot thickens. Is Carmelo Hayes the person that attacked Trick Williams? Will that end up being the payoff of this? I guess it remains to be seen, but he walked up very, very slowly behind Trick Williams, basically still making his presence known in the Trick Williams story. Does the jealousy of Carmelo Hayes, the rise of Trick Williams, just throw Carmelo Hayes over the top? And are we about to see a Carmelo Hayes heel run, or is this just another swerve again? But that remains to be seen. Overall, I would definitely go out of your way to go and watch this PLE of NXT Deadline. It was a good way to end the year. There are no more WWE PLEs until the Royal Rumble next year, but not a bad way to go out. These kids on NXT, I say kids, but these superstars on NXT are killing it right now, and I hope they continue to do that on the show, and I hope that whenever some of them get elevated, that they continue to showcase them the way that they have on the NXT product. But overall, I'm going to give this show a B-, though I would definitely go out of your way to watch the men's and women's Iron Survivor matches, and to watch the main event championship match of this show. So we'll be back here Monday. Like, this is a solo show, so I can't really talk about too much more. I wish my cohorts were here so that we could talk about this a little bit more, but they're not, so it's just me, right? So that's my grade. What's your grade? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for all of our content that's going to be coming up. We'll be back Monday night for the Monday Night Raw review, and hopefully it'll be more than just me. But until then, guys, I'm Johnny T. We are the Springboard Plancha Podcast, and I will see you guys next time.